If I might start with just a preliminary matter, it is submitted that the Twilight Trader, the vessel, was unseaworthy, and this unseaworthiness caused physical damage to the cargo. However, on the evidence, there is insufficient evidence to prove that the value of the cargo was diminished. Therefore, the claimants do not press further an allegation of unseaworthiness. If I might now direct the tribunal to the second page of our outline.
It does seem to me on the face of it that there's going to be a very live issue as to what happened to the cargo, because prima facie you've got your measure of damage, the market value. But if the ship owner turns around and says, but this particular cargo, which even assuming I should have delivered it to you, wouldn't have been worth very much because the cargo was damaged in transit by a cause for which I am not responsible. That's what you've got to deal with, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Our first submission is that they are liable for the unseaworthiness. However,
yes,
as I mentioned, we are not pressing this submission as on the evidence. There is insufficient evidence on the facts to prove that the value of the cargo was diminished. And if I may take the tribunal to page 58 of the facts.
Yes.
And this is the joint expert report. And the joint expert report on page 58, and this is at point F, states that there was, if there was also non-GMQ product available, I would have normally expected UK technical buyers to buy it at the same price as the GMQ product. It is our submission that even if the cargo was diminished, and it is our submission that the value of the cargo has not been diminished, that it would sell for the same price in Liverpool. And therefore, the value of the cargo has not been diminished. And if the contract had been performed and the obligations had not been breached by the Twilight Trader, then the claimant Aardvark would be in the position of having 4,000 metric tonnes of cargo at the value of $2,990,000. And that is our first submission on damages. Would the tribunal like me to continue?
I don't know. I haven't quite followed this argument that page 58 demonstrates that the cargo had not been diminished in quality or value by the period when it was not being heated.
It is our submission that it is the cargo throughout the piratical seizure was indeed affected, and it may have become non-GMQ. However...
Sorry, can you just tell me non-GMQ means what?
Non-GMQ means that it
good.
would...
What does it stand for? Good something quality. Good
merchantable quality.
Merchantable quality, yes.
And if it was not good merchantable quality, there was an assertion that it might not have been accepted into uses into the food chain.
Yeah.
However, the buyers then on page 61 and 62, the sub-buyers said if the cargo had been delivered, they would have accepted it. So it is our submission that the value of the cargo was never diminished.
Are you facing any assertion in relation to the heating of the cargo at all?
No, the claimant does not press any assertion about the heating.
What is the assertion that you're facing in relation to GMQ?
The assertion is just that the value of the cargo has been diminished. Because it was non-GMQ, but it is our assertion that on the facts there is no evidence that the value has been diminished.
Where does traceability fit in?
Traceability fits into the general quality of the cargo. However, what is trying to be conveyed by the claimant is that the claimant does not push an argument for unseaworthiness because the value of cargo was not diminished and it would have the same value in Liverpool.
Are we here faced with a rather ironic situation where it is the ship owners who are alleging that the cargo was damaged in transit and the holders of the bill of lading who are arguing that it wasn't?
Yes.
That seems to me to be the position.
Yes. But if I might take the tribunal back to the second page of our outline and on to issues that we are submitting today, and if I may